Board of Education of the Perry Local School District is called to order at 5:45 PM in the Tarbuck Center Conference Room. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Foley,
Here,
Mr. Leidig. Here. Mr. Roberts. Here. Mrs. Trusker.
Here.
Mr. Welch. Here.
please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do we have any committee reports?
Instructional committee meets Thursday morning, so we haven't had anything yet.
Yeah, we're still early in the year, so, or semester, I should say, not year.
And economic and governmental meeting the 23rd.
Okay.
Thursday, not tomorrow. I'm sorry, not the assistant.
Yes. Okay, administrative updates.
Thank you, Mrs. Fuller.
Dr. Thompson, sorry. That's you.
I'm good. Well, hey, January is Board of Education Recognition Month. So at this time, I'd like to publicly convey my sincere appreciation to our board members for their commitment to doing whatever it takes to ensure we maximize our students' educational opportunities and follow our mission. For the work they do, OSBA has sent certificates of appreciation for each of our board members, and they are presented to them now on their table. So I didn't pass them out, but sincere congratulations. We appreciate the work and the hours that you guys spend to make sure we get the business we need done.
Thank you.
Also, congratulations to all the finalists in our Perry Spelling Bee that concluded last week. Special congrats to Julio Gianfogna, our runner-up, and Evangeline Hine, our champion for the second straight year. Good luck to Evangeline as she moves on to the Lake County Spelling Bee. Tonight is a big night for our buildings, as the board is going to be asked to approve registration guides. Again, I just want to take the time to commend all the folks in the buildings for their time in planning and the work that they do to get those prepared, that provide a glimpse to what we're going to be offering and our kids are going to be doing next year. And that's a difficult thing to do when you're in the midst of the current school year. And so obviously, if changes need to be made to those in the future, they will be, but it's a great start and we appreciate the work. Also on tonight's agenda, you will see a resolution from Ohio Schools Council. They're requesting that all the Board of Education that are members of OSC approve this resolution, which provides the superintendent of each member school district the authority to modify, supplement, and amend OSC policy and agreements. And I had Mr. Zelli have a discussion with Mr. Gallant to assure that there was no concerns in this. I guess 35 years ago, there were only a few districts involved in OSC, and so when they needed to go out and get a board resolution or get a board approval on items, it was pretty simple. But now with the membership growing to, I believe, over 300 districts now.
Yeah, and so he said at the time they had, what, 40 or 50 districts in
Yeah.
one program. Now they have 300 districts and 30 programs. So to try to chase down board approval for every single program and resolution with every district, it would require constantly going after.
Sure.
So.
And again, rest assured, this does not have anything to do with our decision whether we're going to use them as our fuel provider or electricity.
Every board still has the ability, once the program is in place, to participate in the program. This is just for them to get program posted.
Okay. Other than that, obviously legislative update. Again, I want to thank the elementary staff. They've, as required by HB 286 or 283, to make sure that dyslexia training is in place. Another one of those mandates that we love so much. They started last week on that training, and I think Christy Patriarch facilitated that, right, Mr. Chisholm? And so again, we just appreciate the work of our staff and being on and getting in front of these mandates, and so that we're always in compliance. And that concludes my administrative report.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson. Moving on to the consent agenda, do I have a motion to approve letter A, which is the minutes from our last meeting.
So moved.
Thank you. Discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Leidig,
Yes.
Mr. Roberts. Yes. Mrs. Truster.
Yes.
Mr. Welch. Yes. Mrs. Foley.
Yes. Dr. Thompson, superintendent report.
Thank you. Under personnel tonight, we have an acceptance of retirement. The board is asked to accept the retirement of the individual listed as recommended by the local superintendent building principal. Also under personnel, approval of change of position. The board is asked to approve the employment of the individual listed for the new position indicated as recommended by the local superintendent building principal. And we're adjusting that pay step to step 13, which would be $20.40 per hour. Under C, personnel, approval of preparation stipends. The board is asked to authorize the chief financial officer to compensate the certificated licensed teachers listed who are entitled to the $1,000 contractual stipend for their work in the 2022-23 school year, as recommended by the local superintendent, chief financial officer, and building principal. D, personnel, approval of change in hours classified. The board is asked to approve the change in hours of employees listed effective as recommended by the local superintendent and director of transportation with commencing of student transportation to the house flip location on Main Street. Under E, personnel, approval, appointment, independent study. The board is asked to approve the employment of the individuals listed for the second semester independent study supplemental position and rate of pay indicated for the 22-23 school year as recommended by the local superintendent and building principal. F, approval appointment, 2022-23 non-athletic supplemental. The board is asked to approve the individual listed for the 2022-23 non-athletic supplemental noted as recommended by the local superintendent and building principal. G, approval appointment 2022-23 athletic supplementals. The board is asked to approve the employment of the individuals listed for the 2022-23 athletic supplemental position and rate of pay indicated pending successful completion of required employment paperwork, certification training, and background check as recommended by the local superintendent and athletic director. H, approval of appointment the 21st century CCLC substitutes. The board is asked to approve the employment of the individuals listed for the 21st century CCLC grant substitute positions and rate of pay indicated as recommended by the principal, assistant superintendent, and local superintendent. I, personnel, approval of appointment substitutes. The board is asked to approve the individuals noted for the 2022-23 daily substitute positions listed as recommended by the local superintendent and assistant superintendent. And J, approval of PMS 2023-24 registration guide. The board is asked to approve the PMS 23-24 registration guide as recommended by the local superintendent, building principal, and assistant superintendent. And K, approval of PHS 2023-24 registration guide. The board is asked to approve the PHS 23-24 registration guide as recommended by the local superintendent, building principal, and assistant superintendent. And L, approval of resolution ELCCC 2023 Beacon Award. The board is asked to approve the following resolution recognizing the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce 2023 Beacon Award recipient as recommended by the local superintendent. That's the Painesville United Methodist Church. And M, approval of resolution ELCCC 2023 Business of the Year. The board is asked to approve the following resolution recognizing the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce 2023 Business of the Year Award recipient as recommended by the local superintendent and as the Red Creek Bar and Grill. And then OSC resolution. The board is asked to grant the superintendent the authority to modify, amend, or supplement Ohio Schools Council Policy 1.1, Section 10 agreement, Policy 1.3, Section 11 bylaws, and any other agreements requiring Ohio Schools Council Assembly approval as recommended by the local superintendent. And we already explained the justification rationale behind that. And this concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you, Dr. Thompson. Is there a motion to approve?
So
Second.
Questions, discussion? I like the page that has the changes this year for the registration guide. It's always helpful to have those outlined, so thank you. It's a lot easier to know what we're doing there. Anything else? Motion or roll call, please.
Mr. Roberts. Yes. Mrs. Truster.
Yes.
Mr. Welch.
Yes.
Mrs. Foley.
Yes.
Mr. Leidig.
Yes.
Mr. Gallant, Chief Financial Officer's report.
Do you want to do the addendum first or?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. My bad. Let's do the addendum in the regular meeting.
I was thinking, it's just.
I know, I did see something run by the door and it's here, yeah. That was a really giant
It's not
mouse.
the
that
road.
ran by.
Yeah, don't worry, we're okay.
Is it blonde now?
Yes.
There's a blonde
Long haired blonde?
I think so.
I believe it was both.
Dr. Thompson, your addendum?
They're fine.
Yes, thank you. Some more personnel items, acceptance of resignations. The board is asked to accept the resignation of the individuals noted as recommended by the local superintendent. This concludes my superintendent's addendum report.
I have a motion to approve letter C.
Somebody moved. I heard someone.
I'm just curious why it's letter B.
I said second.
What's that?
Oh, yeah.
It's only a letter B.
Yes.
It's okay. A comes first, but we can use B this time.
Okay.
Robert's rules allows it.
Any discussion other than why that's letter B, not A? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Foley?
Yes.
Mr. Leidig?
Yes.
Mr. Roberts? Yes. Mrs. Truster?
Yes.
Mr. Welch?
Yes.
I
Okay,
like that on mine.
now, Mr. Gallant, on the original agenda,
Okay.
you're up.
First one has approval of financial reports. The board is asked to approve the financial reports from December 2022 as recommended by the Chief Financial Officer. Item B, which is the second one after A,
Good job.
is the approval of 2023 dental rates. The board is asked to authorize the Chief Financial Officer to renew a one-year contract with Oasis Dental Trust Core Source effective January 1, 2023 to provide dental benefits for employees of the Ontario Local School District as recommended by the Chief Financial Officer. The renewal is $93.75 a month, same single or family. That's a 0.5%, 0.5% increase from the prior year. Approval of contracts and agreements, CCP Lakeland, the board is asked to approve the 23-24 CCP Lakeland Service Agreement as recommended by Chief Financial Officer and Building Principal, same rates as the prior year. Contracts and agreements, ESC Western Reserve, the board is asked to approve an addendum to the ESC Western Reserve Agreement for psychologist services as recommended by the Chief Financial Officer and Director of Special Education. Under expenditures, the board is asked to approve an expenditure amount of $253,461.39 to Siemens Industry Incorporated for district surveillance phase upgrade under Sourcewell contract number 030421-SIE as recommended by Chief Financial Officer and Director of Maintenance and Operations. And this is, it's an upgrade. Our surveillance system is about 12 years old. We're upgrading it. We're in the process of doing it. We received a state safety grant. So 150,000 of the 253,000 is covered under the state grant that we received on that.
Okay, thank you. Do we have a letter, motion to approve letters A through E.
So moved.
Discussion. About you guys do your letters and alphabet. I mean, your letters. So you just said that though, the 253 is the quote
Yes,
that we're getting for surveillance, but 150 of that is the grant.
yes.
That's what you gave us a heads up.
And it's actually the lowest. We had several quotes come in. That's the lowest of that.
So you guys have been doing your homework on that and we had a discussion, so that's good. Okay, roll call please.
Mrs. Truster,
Yes.
Mr. Welch,
Yes.
Mrs. Foley,
Yes,
Mr. Leidig,
Yes.
Mr. Roberts. Yes.
thank you. Mr. Gallant, your addendum.
Yes, I have one item. It's actually says tax rates, tax budget. And the board is asked to accept the tax budget attached as determined by the, actually, this is the tax budget that I'm gonna kind of grab this a little bit. It's really the tax budget for fiscal year 24. After we submit the tax budget, they actually come back and give us the rates that we approve the rates for that. But the rates are the same. But what we're approving is actually the tax budget, and the attachment.
But not the actual amounts because those.
The rates will come afterwards, but we know what the rates are, because we haven't had any levies.
Right.
So the rates are the rates, but we have to go through the process first.
Okay, motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Leidick,
Yes.
Mr. Roberts. Yes. Mrs. Truster,
Yes.
Mr. Welch,
Yes.
Mrs. Foley.
Yes. Back to the original regular agenda. Are we gonna adjourn and then enter the work session?
Yes.
Have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Welch.
Yes.
Mrs. Foley,
Yes.
Mr. Leidick,
Yes.
Mr. Roberts. Yes. Mrs. Truster.
Yes.
Thank you. All right.